in the tank is a unique way to remember your loved ones.
Welcome back to the series where I document the behind the scenes of building up my app startup, ratemydorm.com. Part 1 was posted a month ago and I was happy to see that you guys wanted more. So today I'm taking you guys along the progress on my app. And for the newcomers, ratemydorm.com is a review website for college dorms, an idea that I've had ever since I got to college in 2015. 7 years later, 2022, there's still no competition to this idea, and I've took on the challenge to build it up myself. If you're new to my channel, my name is Jed and I vlog my life in LA. Since I posted part 1, my work-life balance has been really bad, which is kind of a problem that I have. Every time I start on a project, I get a little too wired into my projects where I'll work like 10 hours a day. Anyway, here is a quick demo. Quick note, none of these designs are final. I've decided I was just gonna code up all the functionality in the site, make sure all the logic works, and then focus on making it prettier with proper designs later on. Before, I would only allow someone to search for school, but now you can not only search for school, you could also search for just their dorm. So scroll down. I'm listing the most reviewed schools in the homepage. So I'm gonna go to Boston University first. Again, don't mind the designs, but here are the dorms that students have added themselves. You can sort by number of reviews, highest rating. Okay, so we're gonna go to Warren Towers. So this is the dorm page and there's still a lot of stuff I need to get done. You can like reviews, and I am requiring that you authenticate your account. You can either sign in with a non-school email at Gmail or whatever, or you could sign in with your .edu email. And if you do and leave a review, it would indicate that you are a verified student. In my last video, I said that I would only require EDU students to leave a review, but I realize that's not very realistic. Okay, so when you write a review, here's what happens. This is the new and improved form to write a review. This design is mostly done. I don't think I'll change anything more here. So I'm calculating a student's overall rating based off the breakdown of 4 ratings: the room, building, bathroom, and location. I take the average of that and that's their overall rating score. I'm making the minimum 81 characters. I want to weed out reviews that are only like one sentence saying like, this dorm is great, I recommend this dorm. I think there's gonna be more value if I just limit it to only proper reviews. So here in step 3, I'm asking what grade you lived here because I want people to know which dorms are freshman dorms, which dorms are senior dorms. And in version 1, I didn't allow them to select multiple grades, which you can do now. And here I asked what type of room did you have, and again, you can select multiple for people that live there multiple years, and if you would recommend this dorm. Select review, and there you go, you can confirm before submitting. So for people that are signed in, I have now added a dashboard, and in this dashboard, again, I do want to stress that these designs are not final. I don't want to get roasted for the design I have right now. I've added a section in the dashboard called My Reviews where you can either delete reviews or you can edit them. Every review that a user is going to submit to Rate My Dorm will get manually read by me, and I'm going to approve it in the back end before allowing it to display on the site. So that's also going to show here if it's approved or not. So I'm not going to be manually adding all the schools and dorms myself. I am making everything user generated. So if you go back to the homepage and you type in a school that's not here, for example, let's say Yale. If Yale is not there, then you can add a school, starting with Yale, and let's say Yale dorm, whatever the name is. When you press next, it goes back to the same form, but it's gonna go to a different part of the database. There we go. Okay, so I haven't coded this part yet, but reviews where you're adding a dorm or a school are gonna take a little different path than just reviewing a dorm that's already on the site, because I would have to manually add in a dorm that you want to request or a school that you want to request. So let me show you the database real quick because it's broken up into 3. One is where it holds all the reviews for dorms that are already on the site. And you can see here it's approved true. But there are 2 other collections here. One where reviews are left to add a school, like this one that we just did, and one to add a dorm. And to add a dorm, I'm gonna go back. I tell people if you can't find a dorm out of the ones that students have already added, you add it here. And similar to the add school, there's a modal that says enter your dorm name. And then the same thing applies here. And you could see that, you can see the reviews here, add dorm requests here, and add school requests here. I can delete some reviews if I change my mind, if I don't want it on the site. So something new that I'm adding that goes beyond dorm reviews is a blog section. This is gonna be last on my list, but I am gonna need some help with writing this, so I am gonna look into hiring people to be writers. I wanna show you guys the new and improved sign-in feature. I only prompt somebody to sign in once they click a star, so sign in for full access. Again, I'm allowing you to use any email, but you have the privilege of showing a verified indicator if you use your school email. A lot of people were saying that I should expand out of US, which is obviously definitely something I want to do. But since it's still the very early stages and it's still just me manually adding a lot of the stuff here, I want to launch a beta test first with just USA. And after the site is launched officially, my next steps would be to add schools and dorms globally. I want to launch this site in February. I still have a lot of features to program and designs to make. With only 2 weeks to go, I'll need to make every day productive. Tonight, I'm implementing the most highly requested feature to add, allowing students to upload photos of their dorm. A great feature to add, and assuming students do opt in to upload photos on here, this would help bring the site so much more value to students. So, similar to Yelp, I'll have a user-generated album of photos under each dorm-specific page, and it'll go right about here. I've never coded upload image functionality before, but you know what they say, I don't need to be a good programmer, just a good Googler. I'll want to store the uploading image section in its own component, and I'm going to import that component into the dorm page. Creating an HTML input tag with type equaling file will give me that native file attachment. I need to keep track of the state of the file that gets attached. The variable file will hold the image and store it in the component state. I want to make the button a little prettier before moving on, so I'm adding some Tailwind classes to style it and an SVG for the icon. A few more things to keep track of: the state of the photo that actually gets uploaded and also the upload progress. This button will be pressed to begin the upload process of a student onto my online database of photos. I need to connect the handler to my own function and begin coding the upload process. Each photo that gets uploaded will be stored based off the dorm's ID and the user's unique ID. For security reasons, I definitely want to limit the number of times a user can upload a photo per dorm. I need to catch any errors here, and if it's a success, let's save the URL of the uploaded image to state. Finally, let's display the image on the site. With this basic upload functionality working, I'm only about halfway done. I don't want someone's photo automatically appearing on the site. Once somebody uploads a photo, it automatically defaults to unapproved. Photos would have to be screened first before I allow them to show up. To help out with that, there are libraries I can use to automatically detect and filter if photos are inappropriate. But that's enough for tonight. Whew, I had a long day. It is currently 12:35 in the morning, but I want to quickly talk about my business plan and my plans to monetize ratemydorm.com. So first, I want to revisit the limitation that ratemydorm has, the fact that people only change dorms once a year. So theoretically, the average student would only use my website about once a year. Yes, that does suck as a limitation, but my mindset on that is that someone has to do it, and I think that there's still a need and a huge market for a dorm review website, because where else would students go to get dorm reviews? My goal here is to create a platform that replaces Facebook groups and Reddit threads as the source for information on college dorms. Secondly, I want to talk about Rate My Professors. It's massively popular and they get a ton of annual revenue. I would argue that people only use Rate My Professors twice a year. That's how many times I use it, because there are 2 semesters. And if they're getting used only twice a year, I'd be very happy with half of what they're getting. Okay, so how am I gonna make money from Rate My Dorm? With any review website, the main method of income is just selling ad space. And there are 2 ways to do that. The first one is Google AdSense, and that's the ads that you see on YouTube videos. And secondly, I could sell actual ad space personally to companies. How that would work, I think Yelp does this, but if you look at Yelp.com, their first few search results are all sponsored posts, and restaurants pay to be on that top of the list. So similarly with my school page that lists all the dorms, I could have the first 3 slots be ad space that companies could buy. Not just any companies. So the niche of my website are students that are looking for housing or deciding where to live the next year, which I feel would be a prime market for apartment buildings that are around campus, apartment buildings that are known for having a lot of students live there. So this would be a lot of work, but I could see myself cold emailing all the apartment complexes around the schools and see if they want to pay a monthly price to stay on the site. Some of my marketing ideas, well, first of all, my marketing is all dependent on whether I get funding this year. With investor money, I can pay for YouTube marketing, regular Facebook, Instagram ad marketing, and something that I think would be successful would be a cash giveaway or a MacBook Pro giveaway. It would be on Instagram, and let's say to enter the giveaway, all you gotta do is tag a friend that goes to your school and write a review on Rate My Dorm. This would help me get waves of reviews from each school because I could do giveaways school by school. And the benefit of dorm reviews is that dorm reviews don't really expire. I don't know about other schools, but BUs, dorms never get renovated. So a student that leaves a dorm review right now would probably be valid for the next 5-10 years. So by paying to do giveaways, I'm gonna get an influx of traffic to Rate My Dorm, gather a ton of reviews in the early stages, and those reviews would just live on the site, they would stay valid, and for the years to come, it would just feed traffic to Rate My Dorm, hopefully through Google SEO for people searching for dorm reviews at their school. That is all for part 2 of my startup vlog. I probably won't talk about Rate My Dorm much until I'm actually gonna launch the site. So this next month, I'm just gonna keep working on it, hopefully launch it in February. And yeah, see you guys next Thursday.